Hello, students. Welcome to Get Knowledge, where we explore the world of literature. Today, we are diving into Sonnet 53 by William Shakespeare. This sonnet is part of Shakespeare's famous sonnet sequence exploring themes of beauty, truth, and art. Let's take a look at Sonnet 53. Is your substance whereof are you made, that million of strange shadows on you tend? Since everyone hath every one shade, and you but one can every shadow lend. In these lines, the Shakespeare is asking a question actually. He's saying that what are you made of? How can one person create so many reflections or images of themselves in the world? The shadow is used as a metaphor which explains the reflection or imitations of the person's beauty. Here, the word person's beauty means the beloved of Shakespeare. Next, describe Adonis and the counter fleet is poorly imitated after you. Here, Shakespeare is comparing his beloved with Adonis, the Greek god of beauty, and says that this person, his beloved, is more beautiful than even a god. Here, the tone of Shakespeare is full of admiration. He is adoring his beloved. Next, on Helen's cheek all art of beauty is set, and dew in Grecian tries are painted new. Now, the Shakespeare is comparing his beloved with Helen of Troy, known for her divine beauty, had all art of beauty in her face, but even her image feels like a version of his beloved. Grecian tries means the ancient Greek rose. Speak of the spring and foison of the air, that one doth shadow of your beauty shows. Here, the Shakespeare is talking about spring, the most beautiful season, which possesses the richness. Foison means the abundance of the air, and even that only reflects your beauty, means the beloved's beauty. In the springtime, which is full of flowers and fresh life, it is still just a shadow of how radiant his beloved is. Next, the other as your bounty doth appear. In this line, Shakespeare is talking about the abundance of nature in spring is like his beloved's generosity and goodness. And you in every blessed shape we know. Means these lines explain that every beautiful form we see carries something of his beloved. We can understand this line through the example like sometimes we meet someone who reminds us of sunshine, poetry, and music all at once, and we are like so calm, we are so relaxed, we are so possessed by the presence of that person. Next, in all external grace, you have some part, means that you are present in all forms of physical beauty. Last line is, but you like none, none you for constant heart. In these lines are very powerful. Na? Shakespeare is talking about that no one else is like you because only you have a faithful and constant heart. And true beauty isn't on the outside actually. Students, it's a rare combination that a person having beauty, goodness, and loyalty all at once. So this was the line by line explanation of Sonnet 53 written by William Shakespeare. Let's have a look at literary devices which was used by Shakespeare. Number one was allusion, the reference of Adonis and Helen of Troy. The next we got the imaginary sort of things, which were springtime, the Greek art reference, and the richness of nature. The contrast was also present in this sonnet, that between the subject and even gods or seasons. Hyperbole, everything is exaggerated, the praising to express depth and admiration. Fine, students. So the next we have theme was originality versus imitation. Na? So this theme is about the true uniqueness. Shakespeare says that everyone else may be beautiful in some way, but they have a little piece of this person's charm, which is his beloved. Some people inspire trends, others follow. Some people naturally graceful or attractive, and you can tell it's not copied. They don't try to be like someone else, they are just themselves, and that is what makes them shine. So the same is cases with the Shakespeare. The Shakespeare is saying that he is only seeing his beloved as the blueprint of beauty, and everyone else is just a version of them. The next theme is idealized beauty. Shakespeare is saying that the person he is talking about is so beautiful, it's almost hard to believe that they are real. He compares them with Adonis, a perfect male beauty, and Helen of Troy, the most beautiful woman in mythology. But says those legends don't even come close. This kind of beauty isn't just physical, it feels dreamlike, something that is rarely seen in the world. The third theme is outer beauty and inner virtue. In this theme, I will try to make you guys understand that Shakespeare makes an important point here. That beauty isn't everything, students. What truly makes a person better than everyone else is their loyalty and honest heart. Many people have a nice face or a good figure, but very few have a kind soul and a trustworthy character. Last but not the least, timeless admiration of Shakespeare. Shakespeare is not just praising someone, he is in awe of them. He sounds amazed, almost confused, like he can't figure out how someone perfect could exist. His admiration is not short lived or faked, it's deep and lasting, students. This theme shows a kind of love that doesn't fade with time. It's like when someone leaves a strong impact on us. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video and learned something new, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to get knowledge for more educational content. Also, hit the bell icon so you can never miss an update. Stay curious, keep learning, and see you in the next video.